Should your UK passport be stamped if you are a Spanish resident? I don't know. And will anything change when ETIAS is up and running? What's an ETIAS? Stick around and you'll find out. Welcome to YouTooSpain. Let's dance. Hi, I'm Scats from YouTooSpain, and with the help of my alter egos, hello, why hi man, cooey, bah, I'm going to tell you what's happening on the borders when UK passport holders come through with their Spanish residency cards. I've got one of those, with real reports from Brits, an explanation of the official rules, and what it will mean to you when the new ETIAS system is implemented. What is an ETIAS? It's a new travel authorisation that will be required for citizens of visa-exempt countries, including the UK, who wish to enter the Schengen area.
It's a diabolical liberty. We have rights, you know.
Not since Brexit, you don't.
Bah!
Anyway, let's get to the main question. Is your passport supposed to be stamped or not if you've got a Spanish residency card? It's called a TIE, darling. It is indeed. Thank you, Dick. My pleasure, sweetie. Is there an it depends? There's always an it depends, Walter. So let's give the simple answer first, then look at the possible differences in circumstances, and then find out what Brits are actually experiencing when they enter the Schengen area. Does it depend on how you travelled to Spain? Well, again, the simple answer is it shouldn't make a difference where or how you enter the Schengen area.
I fly into Malaga on my private jet.
I take the ferry to Santander. I drive with my friend through the Dordogne, darling. It's the same for all of you. The basic rule is, if you have a TIE card for Spain, your passport shouldn't need to be stamped. Here's what it says on the official Europe website about passport stamps for residents benefiting from the Brexit withdrawal agreement. I'll put a link in the video description below. Depending on national law, border guards may stamp your passport when entering and exiting your country of residence. This practice does not serve any real purpose, as the 90-day stay limitation does not apply to beneficiaries of the EU-UK withdrawal agreement, including their family members, when travelling to their EU country of residence. However, to prove your residence status and associated rights, i.e. the non-applicability of the 90-day stay limitation in a 180-day period, we advise you to show your national residence documents issued under the EU-UK withdrawal agreement in your EU country of residence when crossing an external Schengen border. There, is that clear? So did I get a stamp because I'm not covered by the Brexit withdrawal agreement? Does it make a difference if you're a permanent resident rather than a temporary? It's the same for everyone. Either way, you've got a TIE. If you're a temporary resident, the stamp might be useful in determining whether you've spent enough time in Spain so you can get permanent residency. But it's not the only proof, so it's not the be-all and end-all.
I demand the be-all and end-all.
It doesn't seem to be one, Colonel. Anyway, to help you understand what's going on at the borders, let's hear some real reports from Brits about what's happening to them. Can we do some acting? Yes, why not? You can all pretend to be real people.
Bah!
Which might be easier for some of you than for others. Let's find out, shall we? Take it away, real people writing on Facebook. This seems to be a little bit of a conundrum. When we went back to the UK, my passport always got stamped, but my husband never. And coming back, the lovely man at passport control asked me if I wanted mine stamped. I said, I don't know, sweetie. Do to me whatever you want. The man whom my husband went to, however, took one look at him and stamped away.
Mine has been stamped every time, and I have had residency for 35 years. It doesn't matter to me. We as residents are not on the 90-day rule.
I travel to France from Malaga, and there's passport control when I get to Bordeaux airport. But mine never gets stamped, and I've never shown me TIE. I wonder, when they scan me passport, does it show that I'm a Spanish resident? I have no idea what it shows. I'd love to know. I've just checked on the Citizens Advice Bureau page and it says that passports should not be stamped. It's so confusing. Hopefully the new system when it comes in will help, not hinder. But I doubt it. They didn't seem to know what to do. When I went back to the UK, I gave them my passport and TIE. He handed me back the passport without even looking at it and checked my TIE. On returning, they didn't check either. Just waved me through.
Residents should not receive a stamp in their passport. If you have a valid residence permit, the stamp is disregarded.
Disregarded by whom? Once you have a stamp, you're reliant on every border agent in Schengen accepting that another border guard has made a mistake. In my experience, employees of large companies and government agencies are not very good at accepting they've made mistakes. Why does it matter if you have a stamp or not? I arrived today in Alicante, showed my passport and residency card to passport control, and they stamped me. I questioned this, but was told it's a new act, and everyone will receive a stamp, resident or not. I did try to question this, but I was told to move on. Nothing to see here, darling.
The UK government website says your passport should not be stamped, and a number of UK passport holders I know who live in Spain insist that their passports are not stamped. If you're happy to have your passport stamped, then bully for you. Makes no difference to me.
Whoa, lads, the stamps have very little to do with it. Your passport is scanned by immigration and registers your movements in the government computer system. But you can use the stamps to show off to your friends. OK, you've heard lots of different reports there. It seems that in spite of this seemingly easy rule, people are experiencing every variation of possibility. It depends. It can depend, I'm sure, on the knowledge, stress levels, and mood of the individual at passport control, and perhaps even how busy they are at that moment. Who knows? They might be able to recognise from experience what kind of traveller you are in that moment you walk towards them. Or they might be on high alert for terrorism and much less bothered about stamps.
Terrorists? Where?
Calm down, Colonel. It's hypothetical. Is that what ETIAS is for, like? ETIAS should help in lots of ways, but one important thing is that passports won't really need to be stamped anymore. Why not? Well, along with what's called the EES, or Entry-Exit System, that's the system that will register all of the data, everything will be digital and connected to your passport information, and those details will be shared with other government departments. So they'll know straight away if you've got a TIE. Exactly, and they'll know whether you've overstayed your 90 days if you've been in the Schengen area other than in Spain. Oh, so that will make it easier to renew my non-lucrative visa residency. Yes, indeed. When you go for your renewal appointment, the officials should already know whether you've stayed in Spain for long enough. It depends. Well, it could do if you've been travelling out of Spain by land but not crossed out of the Schengen area. It's possible your passport won't show that, but there are other ways that your digital trail can be monitored. There's number plate recognition, traffic police records, credit card use, mobile phone records. All of these can be accessed if necessary.
It's Big Brother all over again.
It's a conspiracy. Calm down, lads. You'd be complaining much more if terrorists and illegal immigrants weren't being monitored properly, and not forgetting other Brits who are trying to live in Spain under the radar, who are causing problems for all of us.
But they're no problem. They're British.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, Colonel.
Lefty, snowflake, liberal extremist.
Snowflakes? Is it snowing? I better put my Christmas tree up. Not quite yet, Walter. Any news about when ETIAS is going to be happening? All we know is that it will be rolled out in 2024, after the EES is put in place. Have they announced what date it's going live? Not quite yet, but you'll hear about it on YouTooSpain as soon as they do. The EES is being sorted out first, so when you hear about that, ETIAS won't be too far behind. We'll just have to wait and see then. Is it going to be difficult and expensive? Quite the reverse. It's all online, will take about 5 minutes to complete and cost about €7, which is actually less than the cost of administering this service. So if you're thinking,
it's all a money-making exercise for the EU,
then you'd be wrong.
Bah!
Any more questions? Millions! Then you and the watchers can ask in the comments below on YouTube. Or we could ask the experts live on Saturday morning. Yes, you can. One more thing.
What?
Peace and love. Peas and fluff. Why, aye, man. Keep your pecker up.
Bah!
Let's dance.